Kevin Warren says on-campus quarterfinals in the college football playoffs would be wonderful. And Kevin Warren also said today that he has plans in motion, whichever way the University of California Board of Regents decide on UCLA's fate as they try to enter into the Big Ten in 2024. Welcome to the emergency episode 111 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We got two big stories, both of them circling around the Big Ten Commissioner, Kevin Warren. If you like our content, please smash the like button. Please share the video with your family and friends and subscribe to our ever-growing channel. When you do so, you get notified of these emergency episodes of our live shows, of our watch parties. Please do so. Let's not waste any more time. Nicole Auerbach tweets out, Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren says on-campus quarterfinals in the college football playoffs would be wonderful. It's a topic that continues to gain momentum. ESPN and The Athletic have been talking about this issue for the last couple months. There is steam, more and more steam, that the college football playoffs, when we get this expanded to 12 teams, that not only the first round games would be played at the home campuses, but the quarterfinal games would also be played at the home campus. It's not going to happen here in 2024. And it's not going to happen in 2025. This has been settled, right? The bowl games, the major bowl games, they're going to be doing the quarterfinal games, semifinal, and championship games. But 2026 and going forward, it looks like there's a high potential of where the quarterfinals will be played at the higher seed home campus or their stadium of choosing. In other words, seeds 1 through 4, if you rank 1 through 4 at the end of the college football championship, conference championship season, when that's all done, the top 4 ranked schools will get a bye in the first round, and 5 through 8 seeds would get home field advantage. They could play their game at home campus versus 9 through 12 seed. But then in the quarterfinal, the next round, the second round, the top seeds 1 through 4 would also get a home game at their campus or at the stadium of their choosing. I think it's going to happen starting in 2026. Now remember, going 2026 and beyond, there doesn't need to be a total consensus of everyone agreeing on how the new playoffs is going to happen in 2026. In other words, in 2026, Notre Dame's vote will not carry the day. Notre Dame Fighting Irish will not have a veto on having quarterfinals being played at the home campuses. They just have one vote. And if SEC and Big Ten, you can see Kevin Warren, once again, he said on-campus quarterfinals and college football playoffs would be wonderful. If the major conferences push for this, Notre Dame's going to have to go along. And that means if Notre Dame stays as a football independent in status, they will not have a conference championship. They can never be ranked in the top 4, so they would never get a bye in the quarter. They would never get a home game in the quarterfinals. Let's put this more in perspective. If Notre Dame has one of their wonderful seasons like they do 2 or 3 times a decade, they go 12-0 or 11-1 to end the season, and they're ranked in the top 4 teams. Not only will they not get a bye in the first round, they won't get a home game in the second round in the quarterfinals. A 12-0 Notre Dame, ranked number 1, would have to play the first round game at home, but they would have to play in the first round. Then in the second round, they would have to go to another campus home field. Even as the number 1 ranked team in the country, is Notre Dame going to really do that? Is their keeping independent football status that valuable to them? I would argue that Notre Dame is a valuable special program, university, athletic program, football team without the football independent status. Many people argue that Notre Dame needs to keep this independent status. They want to keep it. Their boosters want to keep it. At what price? At what price, I ask you? A 12-0 Notre Dame team doesn't get a first round bye and also would have to play at someone else's campus in quarterfinal. Really? That's the price you want to pay? And some people argue, well, Notre Dame gets a first round bye because they don't play a conference championship game. That's not a bye. That's a weekend off. As I tweeted out today, those are two different things. A bye always advances you in the playoffs. It gives you a week off, but it also advances you to the next round. Just having a weekend off, not playing a conference championship game, it's just not playing that weekend. It doesn't advance you in the playoffs. Two different things. I think it's an extremely high price to pay for Notre Dame to keep their football status when their special seasons being 12-0, being ranked number 1, number 2 in the country. Well, they're not going to be that special of seasons anymore because you're not going to get the benefit of being one of the top teams in the country anymore, Notre Dame, if you stay independent. One more thing on this issue. People say, well, Greg, Jack Swarbrick must be for this because it's happening. The steam is happening. Kevin Warren just said it today. Sankey's not against it. It looks like there's going to be quarterfinal games at home campuses. So Swarbrick must be for it, even as an independent program. No, not necessarily he's for it. Remember, for the 2024 and 2025 expanded playoffs, there needed to be consensus. Everybody needed to be in the boat. All 10 FBS conferences, the 5 Power 5 and the 5G5 in Notre Dame. But 2026 and going forward, doesn't need to be a consensus. Just needs to be majority vote. You got to get in the boat or you're going to be left behind. So Notre Dame has a huge decision to make. This is just another pile on that fire, another log on the fire that is steaming, that Notre Dame, can they actually keep their football independence in this future college football world? We don't think so at Peek Around the Corner. This is just another indication of that. But let's get to even a bigger story today. That's why we're having this emergency episode 111. Kevin Warren, in regards to the December 14th, he answered questions about this today. December 14th, University of California Board of Regents are meeting December 14th to decide the fate of UCLA. Are they going to block UCLA going to the Big Ten? Are they going to toll tax them? Are they going to cripple UCLA's ability to go to the Big Ten? Or are they going to do nothing and let UCLA go to the Big Ten? This is what Kevin Warren said. I have some plans in motion for whichever way the regents decide, the Board of Regents. Again, Kevin Warren said, I'll deal with that. I'm going to have some thoughts in mind, but I just want to say, I want to stay positive and see what happens. Kevin Warren also said, I have some thoughts. Once again, I have some thoughts quite naturally that if something doesn't come to fruition, he's got plans in motion. Kevin Warren, they've been thinking about this here in the Big Ten. They know that there is a possibility. We used to think there was no possibility to Peek Around the Corner. But recently we think there's at least a slight possibility that the University of California Board of Regents does the unthinkable and stops UCLA. If they do so, Kevin Warren has some plans in motion. And then he was asked, if, I'm paraphrasing, if the University of California Board of Regents stops UCLA from going to the Big Ten, would they be replaced by a Pac-12 school? Kevin Warren said not necessarily. Not necessarily. So he's leaving it open. He's leaving it open. Again, you can read the whole article from Matt Fortuna at The Athletic. You can read that whole article. It just came out today. But Kevin Warren answering some questions on UCLA Board of Regents, saying they're ready for whichever way it goes. The plans are in motion. In other words, the table is set. If the Pac-12 blocks the UCLA from joining the Big Ten or cripples UCLA to the point where they can't join the Big Ten, or some state legislator in California makes it impossible for UCLA to join the Big Ten, Kevin Warren, the Big Ten looks like they're ready to act. A shot across the bow of the Pac-12, a shot across the bow of the University of California Board of Regents, take it as you will. But Kevin Warren, letting the college football world know that the Big Ten will support quarterfinals being played at home campuses. Notre Dame, are you listening? Kevin Warren also letting the football world know that he's got plans in motion if the University of California Board of Regents do the unthinkable and block UCLA. Are you listening, University of California Board of Regents? Are you listening, George Kliakoff? Put down your thoughts in the comment section below the video. We're going to be covering this story like we have been since the beginning. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner. Until next time, from all of us, from all of you, please, you all take care of each other. Thank you so very much.